Alright, we are on the draw with RUG Delver. I wonder if this one's a keep. This is interesting. On the draw, I think I'll do it. We also have the ability to cast a decent number of spells before we even hit our land drop. Our second land drop, that is. The opponent went Forest Go, which is pretty interesting. That makes our decision a lot easier. I'm just going to get a Stomping Ground. The decision of what to play, at least. Do we bobble before using our fetch land to see if we can get an extra land out of it? I don't think I care to show them the bobble yet. It's really not relevant. We probably just bobble with Delver. Especially if we can find another land relatively soon. Because if we can go turn 3 Goyf plus Denial, Elves, they named Elf, that almost certainly is going to eat a Dismember. We did find another land, so we're going to go Island, Delver, Dismember. That will put Creature and Instant in the bin. So far there's just land and sorcery. We're also going to end up playing this Bobble. Basically, Goyf's going to be a 5/6 with Denial up. That's the takeaway here. Yes, I will pay plenty of life to ensure that that dies. -5, -3. What a set of stats to have. Doesn't really matter when we use this Bobble as long as it's on their turn. Heritage Druid confirms that the opponent is playing Elves, not just some devoted Druid deck. They're going to get some Elves. Oh, and now Heritage Druid can go off, casting an Elvish Archdruid. That's annoying. I wonder if seeing the Forest and the Cavern mean you don't go right at the devoted Druid. Well, we're going to reveal it first. Yep. Draw. Draw again. We did not hit removal, unfortunately. It doesn't give Forest Walk, which is relevant. I don't think blocking with Delver is a way to win anyways, so let's just get in there. We're going to slam Goyf. It can at least do some profitable blocking. At least until the opponent lands an Azuri and goes nuts. We have Denial, though. They know about the first Denial. They don't know about the second. That is very relevant. Elvish Mystic. Not too scary late. It is another body for them, though. Court of Calling. That gets countered. As much as I would like to not put the shields down, there's basically no way we can not counter this. A Court of Calling for 3 must go. That's just going to get Azuri, and this board state's going to get very bad very quickly. Here's a Collected Company. Nothing we can do about that, though. We're in quite the rock and hard place in that spot. This just has to resolve. We just have to hope they don't hit anything too good. Given that they knew about the Denial, maybe you can justify not countering the Chord, but if you don't counter the Chord because you think they have something better in hand, the best case scenario for not countering that Chord is they get an Azuri. Here they got an Azuri and a Devoted Druid, but really who cares about the Devoted Druid? It is another body, definitely relevant, but what are you going to do? Tarfire does not kill Azuri because of the Archdruid, which is basically the cruelest joke in history. We definitely take out the Archdruid, though, because it's going to make way too much mana. Our Azuri pumps will be all over the place. The only question in my mind is, do I swing with Goyf? We're looking at the opponent next turn with Archdruid down. They're going to be able to pump with the Heritage Druid, but I don't think that's as scary, given that it requires them to tap a bunch of stuff. So we're looking at them basically making 1, 2, 3, 4. They can make 5 mana with just these. They'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. They will all be pumped. Goyf will have decent blocks next turn, so we'll just go for the block game. On the flip side, we can play Mandrills and hope to block with that, but that shrinks Goyf. I'm not too happy about that play. We definitely take out this Archdruid as soon as we can. I do not want them untapping with that. Sure. Oh, jeez. Azuri regenerates stuff. So basically, we just can't win this game, I think. It'd be nice if we had another bolt effect. We could do it on the end step. Unfortunately, we don't. So they tap this for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 1 Azuri activation. They get another out of 2 more lands. 2 Azuri activations. That's +6/+6 for the team. I'm not sure why they tapped the Devoted Druid. Oh, maybe they're going to get an extra Azuri activation out of the big Devoted Druid. That's pretty funny. Yeah, not a lot we can do against that board state. We're going to block anyways. We may as well. See how much damage we take. -20. Not bad. -22. Either Xmage lagged there or something. A lot of things would have had to have first strike. It probably just lagged a bit. That's alright. So we're playing against Elves. How are we going to take down Elves? Anger seems pretty good here. Not as good as Pyroclasm, I don't think, but still pretty good. Good enough to board in. EE, I think, is too slow. Blood Moon does very little against them. They don't run a lot of colorless spells. I believe they run Spellskite, but Spell Snare doesn't seem great. They have a decent amount of 2s, but it's mostly 1s and 3s. Artifact Destruction. I do like bringing in Revelry because Elves is known to sometimes run Choke, and they do run, some enchantments. Sometimes they run an artifact to help them combo off. I don't remember what it is. Maybe that's not that common. Destructive Revelry isn't bad. It also hits the aforementioned Spellskite, so it's at least okay. I think we board in those. I don't know how much I like Huntmaster. We might just board in the 1. How good's Mandrills here? Knuckleblade can go. That's going to be too slow. I might board out a Mandrills. Trample is definitely relevant, though. I think we're going to board out the Spell Snare. Maybe the Shoals. I don't like Snag that much. I do want the Denials. Do we just board out the Thought Scours? Disrupting Shoal can counter Mana Dorks. That's basically it. If we board out the Thought Scours as our final 3, that leaves us with 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 1 CMC blue pitches. That's pretty bad given that we're going to be on the Shoal plan in that case. So I think we're going to do something like that. Maybe we board out a number of Traverse. That could be good. We could do something like that. Just not play Traverse the Ulvenwald postboard. That leaves us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 1 CMC pitches. I'd rather have the 1 Traverse. And I'd rather have the 2nd Traverse than the 3rd Thought Scour, I think. So let's run that. We're going to give it a go. Hopefully it's good enough. We're going to be on the play. Couple lands. Some interaction. Not bad. We'll keep. It's not a great hand. It's definitely not a great hand. But we do have turn 1 Delver. Turn 2 Hold Up Mana Leak or Slam Tarmogoyf. Hopefully top deck a Lightning Bolt. Pendelhaven Elvish Mystic. Would not mind a Lightning Bolt. Steam Vents is not. Now, we can hold up Mana Leak. We're definitely swinging here. I wouldn't really mind if Delver turned into a Lightning Bolt. There's basically a 0% chance they make that trade, but I'm okay with letting them do it. We can Goyf, we can Mana Leak, or we can Traverse Hold Up Denial. Denial's probably garbage at this point of the game. When the opponent has 3 mana, Denial's not going to be great. So Traverse plus Denial looks kind of weak. Goyf lets us get some pressure. Mana Leak lets us counter a 3-drop, potentially stop them from going off too soon. If we counter something decent, we might even get to Goyf Denial next turn. Yeah, I think we're going to hold up Mana Leak. It's got the highest upside, that's for sure. They fetch. Llanowar Elves. Do we let that resolve? It's tricky, but I think we do. Elvish Mystic. Okay, well, we have to counter something at some point. And I don't really want them to have too many bodies. And a Llanowar Elves. Wow. Okay, so Pyroclasm off the top would make me a very happy person. Wooded Foothills does a lot less to that end. We're gonna swing. We got the trade. So Delver bolted something. And we're just gonna play Goyf. Goyf isn't ferocious, but we might still be able to denial something. I think that's better than going for the Traverse here. Heritage Druid. That's actually not nearly as scary when their other elves are Llanowar Elves and friends. Chameleon Colossus actually isn't that great against us, since we don't play black. The buff mode is certainly relevant. They can make that very big. We'll just get a breeding pool here. And I'm still hoping to top deck. Lightning Bolt isn't bad. It's not what I wanted, but it's not bad. If we Traverse here, Denial gets turned on, and that seems pretty good. Instants are already in the bin, so we can't use the Bolt as a combat trick with Goyf. We're gonna have to use this Traverse to get the Goyf past Chameleon Colossus size. Do I want a red source or another blue source? Let's get another red source. And we can even play it painlessly. It's pretty unlikely we're gonna need the 5th mana next turn, so we can just play Steam Vents tapped after. And we're gonna get in there. It's not a good position, because they can pretty easily grow that Chameleon Colossus and beat us in the race. On the other hand, we're going to take out their Heritage Druid such that it takes them their entire turn to do that. I would not have expected Elves to board in Colossus against us. They have Azuri, which is unfortunate. Now I could really use another Lightning Bolt. Still hoping for Pyroclasm. Oh, Chameleon Colossus is an elf. I never realized there was that synergy. They can regenerate it. Second Goyf isn't bad. It's not great, but it isn't bad. Playing Steam Vents tapped doesn't seem great. It's pretty unlikely we top deck Huntmaster and need the denial, but I guess it is entirely possible. The question is, do we play this Goyf? If we try to hold back our dudes to block the Colossus, I think we're going to be in a bad spot. But it could come up, and it is at least somewhat relevant that we can draw out of this. If they buff the Colossus, it's an 8/8. If they have enough mana to also use Azuri, we're in big trouble. But I don't think they're in that spot yet, so we might actually just sit back and wait until we can draw some good removal. We're not winning the race, that's for sure. And knowing that we're not winning the race makes me kind of not want to race. Actually, it makes me really not want to race. That makes Pyroclasm more juicy. That makes Pyroclasm extraordinarily juicy. Azuri is going to regenerate something when we Pyroclasm, but it can only regenerate one thing. So if we could top deck that Sweeper, Scalding Tarn, that's not something we're going to play here. So now how scary is Azuri? If Azuri overruns, it costs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically all of their mana generation. That's a 7/7, that's a 5/5, this will be a 5/5, and that'll be a 4/4, so we can at least block something reasonably. So we're going to take 7, 12, and block these two. One of our Goyfs dies to Dwine an Elite, the other one eats a warrior. That's not a good spot by any means, but once again, if we attack, we die. And I like not dying, so we're going to wait again. I'm really just hoping the opponent decides to tap out for something that's not relevant. Maybe they go for something into denial. That'd be fantastic. Pyroclasm. Alright, step 1. Mandrills is going on the bottom. I want the visions. This Pyroclasm isn't going to win the game because they can generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green. So they can save 5 dudes, will only kill 2. Then again, if we don't do it, we're probably dead. And I don't really like that. So I think we have to Pyroclasm and just axe off 2 guys. Which feels really bad. Can we afford to not do that? Are we dead next turn? Because I would like them to tap out. That would be great. If we can get them to tap out and then have Pyroclasm be a blowout, they can generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So 1 overrun, 2 dudes tap, they swing with these guys, we eat 2 of the 1/1s, 5, 10, 17, so we can't do that. We actually have to just lose our Goyfs to blocking big guys. 7, 12, 16, 21, 25, minus 10. We're looking at taking 15. If they do that, we go to 1, we Pyroclasm, we lose both Goyfs. We have to Pyroclasm now. Very unfortunate. Pyroclasm would have been very, very good, absolutely amazing early on. Here it just takes out 2 dudes, basically. Actually, they can overrun. They can overrun and save the entire team. That's not something I thought of, because I was thinking of regenerating. That's pretty bad for us. Basically, we just time walk them. Can we even win in this spot? We need to kill the Azuri. That is what we need. We needed Bolt as well. We shouldn't have Pyroclasmed there. If I waited on Lightning Bolt, but then they just overrun, but then Bolt plus Pyroclasm does kill Azuri, so I guess we have to wait, draw the visions, use the visions, hope we top deck a Bolt, go to 1, we lose our board, we take out the Azuri, everything else survives with the overrun and we're dead anyways. I'm pretty sure we just lose this game. Doesn't look like we have an out at this point. Exile all creatures. That saves us. All Pyroclasm did was preemptively counter a Coco. So, unfortunately, doesn't look like we're going to make it out of this match. Elves, too fast for us. We didn't have the disruption when we needed it. Westvale Abbey is neat. So we probably should have just mulliganed into something more interactive. It's entirely possible that's what you have to do against elves. We hit Snapcaster Mage. We can snap dismember something. We can dismember, snap, dismember at some point. Actually, we can snap bolt at Azuri if we get them to tap out. That might save us. That legitimately might save us. If they tap out for an overrun, we might be able to snap bolt the Azuri, chump as much as we can, and hopefully survive. Our lines of play are definitely grim at this point. That's for sure. If we manage to live long enough to top deck that Dismember and be able to afford it, we can even start dismembering things, which looks pretty good. We're going to denial that. There's no way we're not. We may as well have the extra red up just in case they think that's relevant. Alright, so we might have a backdoor way of getting back into this game. Westvale Abbey basically means we don't. Although them sacrificing a... Oh no, they're making a dude. I thought they were sacrificing something. A lot of things, actually. That could have potentially been good for us, but I guess a flying lifelink indestructible haste 9/7 isn't something we want to face anyways. Makes Vapor Snag better. I think you actually want the Vapor Snags against this deck, as weird as it seems. At least this match is making me think so. Okay, they're going to let us draw more cards. That's fine. They also get more cards, which is very unfortunate. If we had a Delver right now, that would have been fantastic. Maybe we shouldn't have made the trade. Oh, so long ago, when we gave up our Delver. It definitely would have put more pressure on them, which maybe is what we needed, given that they're making 1/1s. Eventually, they win. That is something we know. For sure. No doubt in my mind, if this game goes sufficiently long, the Elves player is winning because they have a card advantage engine. Nettle Sentinel we can't deal with. So maybe once they get going, you just give up making the Delver for Mana Dork trade. That looks like a reasonable conclusion to make. Lightning Bolt's not bad. Can we fight them soon? How much mana can they make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's only one overrun. One overrun and 2 regenerates. We can dismember the Azuri. Okay, we dismember Azuri, and then we start bolt snap bolting things. I think we want to dismember the Azuri on our turn, because we don't want them to get the overrun and then just plow through us. So I believe we're just going to do this. We can't dismember Chameleon Colossus anyways. We're going to go down quite a bit of life, very unfortunately. Pay green because it doesn't matter. This is definitely an interesting game to navigate. Given that they have Westvale Abbey, do we even have an out? If they want, they could just get the 9/7. In fact, it looks like they're doing that right now. We can bolt, snap, dismember the 9/7. That might be our out. Our outs look so bad. Then again, they sacked a lot of stuff. That they did. Dismember Fizzles. If we go for that now, how relevant is it? Their board will be a lot smaller. They're going to have a massive Chameleon Colossus coming at us. We double block the Chameleon Colossus. Let's let them swing. I cannot believe we have to bolt, snap, dismember here to stay alive. It's actually quite hilarious. Let's see. Blue, red. Hopefully we don't have to crack the Scalding Tarn, because I really don't want to have to. Target dismember. At least this isn't an elf. Not that it gets synergies, but... Okay. Oh, there we go. It's a demon. Snap trigger resolves. You know what? We almost certainly lost this match, but we're still going to fight tooth and nail to get there. That's what we do. It at least makes us better Magic players, and I am down for that. Dismember has been exiled. Now we're going to bolt it. And go to end step. So, Ormondal. Profane what? Profane Prince. Ormondal. Does it? It's indestructible. Oh my lord, it's indestructible. I don't read. I even read the word indestructible. I did. I said it out loud. Dismember, Snap Dismember was our only out to Ormondal. We are super dead. We're going to swing with the team. It doesn't matter. So we just didn't have outs. Well, at least I felt good about myself for that one 30-second portion of time. They're going to cord here. That's fine. We could be running Lava Axe. We definitely can't Bolt, Snap, Bolt, or Double Bolt with one card in hand. But if I were them, I wouldn't go down to 4 life. Just in case. Tarfire. Tarfire's a card they've seen. If we have Tarfire, we shoot them down to 12. These Goyfs grow. They take 12. I would not have not declared blockers there. Given that they basically can't lose this game. Scavenging Ooze. That's another decent way to make sure you don't lose. Makes the Tarfire out gone. Well, we definitely lost. We definitely lost. Anyways, that was still a fun match, and I certainly learned something about trading away Delver. So that's at least good. Our opponent is being very careful about Scavenging Oozing. Do we even want to watch this? I guess we could wait for our opponent to win. We may as well just scoop. There's no need for us to watch this. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed that video. Hopefully you learned not to bolt indestructible things in an attempt to kill them. And thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.